everybody, it's Susie again, and I am now with one of my heart breeds, and by that I mean a fellow Hungarian breed. And I stopped because you just don't see many Mudis, or more properly Mudik, because to make a Hungarian word plural you add a K. So I'm going to ask this lovely lady, what's your name, where are you from?
My name is Pam Sturtz, and I'm from Afton, New York. It's upstate.
And to your right?
I'm Cynthia Prothero. I'm out of Pendleton, Oregon.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to shout because it's pretty loud in here. And who is this lovely lady?
This is, her call name is Jewel.
Hi, Jewel. Good Hungarian name.
Yep, she's Spring Hill Radiant Energy, and she's got all kinds of titles on her.
Would she be a Julinka in Hungarian?
I'm sorry?
Julinka in Hungarian?
Jewel?
Julinka.
Probably, it's energy.
Okay.
J-O-U-L-E.
Okay. Now, she is a Moody. How on earth did you get interested in a rare Hungarian breed?
I saw one at a herding trial, and I was intrigued by it, so I kind of lurked on the Moody list for a while, and then she became available, and I bought her.
What color would you call her? I'm scanning back so that folks can get more of an idea of scale. Is she an average bitch size? Is she on the small side?
She's a little on the small side, I would say.
I thought she might be a little small, but she's very pretty. I agree with Becca's, or B-E-C-A-Z, Becca's.
She's what we call a black merle.
A black merle, okay. How old is she?
Fetke, okay. She will be 4 years old in January.
And how much does this little lady weigh?
She weighs about 20 pounds.
Okay. So you saw your first one at a herding trial. Presumably you are involved in herding.
Yes.
And is she on her sheep right now? Are you working with her?
I work her with, she's been on sheep and ducks, and I hope to compete with her next summer.
Is she titled at all right now?
She is titled in agility. She has a Master Agility Championship. Okay. She has obedience titles.
So
she has rally titles.
Oh, so she is an underachieving dog, I see.
Oh, very much so.
So she's very active. Tell me then, what is the biggest challenge in working with this particular breed?
I don't really find a whole lot of challenges. They're very smart, and they're easy to train.
Growing up, it was always my impression that of all the Hungarian breeds, this one may have been the most intense.
They can be a bit intense.
So is she Border Collie intense?
Not as intense. My other breed is Border Collies, and she's not as intense as a Border Collie.
Okay, so getting back to the herding, and you mentioned Border Collie, what is her herding style then? Does she use eye? Is she a gatherer, a drover?
She's a drover.
She's a drover.
Yeah, and in Hungary they work them in groups of 3 and 4.
I'm going to ask you to hang on just a sec. Let's let that announcement finish. Okay. You were saying that in Hungary they work them in groups?
They work them in groups of 3 and 4 so that they jointly, because they're pretty small dogs, they jointly chase and nip at the cattle heel until they can drive them in the correct direction.
So would she be regarded as a healer of sorts?
Of sorts. They are actually cattle dogs.
Okay. And what is the best, you mentioned she's very smart, so does she present special challenges in training? Does she bore easily and you have to stay one step ahead, or is she very biddable?
She's very biddable. When she was a young dog, she would get bored easily until she found out that this is what we want to do, and it is a good reason to do it. She's very smart. She knows lots of tricks, and I can pretty much teach this dog to do almost anything given the appropriate time frame, and she'll learn very quickly. You know?
Now she has a wave to her coat. What is her grooming situation? Does she shed? Is she easy to wash and wear?
They're very wash and wear dogs. They can range from just wavy to very curly. Generally, the blacks tend to be curlier than what we call the colored dogs. So she's got a little more just wave to her coat. But you don't do much trimming. You trim their toenails, of course, but you don't trim you don't trim whiskers, you don't trim hair or feet. You just have to wash them and you towel them dry. You don't even brush them except for when they're blowing coat.
And they do blow coat.
They do blow coat.
Which are they
About
shedders,
twice a
did
year.
you say? Okay.
About twice a year she'll blow a coat, and then I'll brush them a lot so it takes the undercoat out.
Where is the breed in AKC standing? Are they out of FSS? Are they miscellaneous?
It's still FSS.
Okay.
And we're probably about 40 dogs and a few other little minor requirements away from going into miscellaneous.
So, because what would surprise people about owning a Mudik?
The barking.
They're barkers?
They're barkers.
That must be a Hungarian thing.
Let's see. Jewel, are you ready? What does a Mudik do? Ready?
Wow, very nice. And you're right, she has a Hungarian accent.
Yes, I think she barks in Hungarian. Okay, but you have to stop now.
Well, I just think she's gorgeous. Now, we do have another one here that
Yeah,
I
I'll
think is
take
a
her-
little bigger,
I'll
too
take
big
her
to
away.
put on the table.
Oh, he'll go up the table. I'll take her away. He wants to kind of jump on top.
Well, we'll just do a quick sighting so that people have something to compare with, and then
Okay.
I'll close it and call it. I'll call it a day at the Mudik booth. But
Come on, Jewel. What are you going to do? Put him on the ground?
does anybody, while we're waiting for them to trade dogs, does anybody have any questions that I should ask?
Over here. Ooh, watch out, Pogo.
Now, I'm tempted to ask if this dog's name is Pogo.
This is Pogo.
It is Pogo. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Pogo. And is it just? I had also grown up thinking that Mudik were mostly black. How rare is the black merle? Because now I'm seeing two of them.
The merle has become very, very popular with the people who want to be active.
Why do you think?
I think it's the uniqueness of them. They're all different in the merling pattern.
Yeah.
I believe so. So it's a uniqueness. There is a issue of the breeding. You cannot breed merle to merle, so we must maintain a good, healthy, solid-colored population too.
Mara McGregor is asking, do these dogs work in conjunction with other Hungarian breeds like Komondorok or Pulik?
Actually, yes, they do, because what they are is they're more of the farm alarmist dog, the alert dog, so they will call the attention of the guardian dogs to a threat to their flock or to their homestead, and it would be more up to the guardian dogs to go out and investigate and drive them away if that was necessary.
So in the ecosystem, so to speak, of Hungarian breeds, he's the alert dog, but is it primarily the pulley then that would move the sheep around? Or
No.
when does someone use a Mudik instead of a pulley?
Well, they would use a pulley, Mudik or pumi at any point. For the herding part, it would be the shepherd's and the farmer's preference of what breed he has at his farm. They're sister breeds and they serve the same purpose.
So it really comes down to just personal discretion as to whether they want
Right,
it.
or coat types that they prefer.
Okay.
The coat, which is the terrier coat on the pumi, or the corded coat on the pulley. So they all serve the same purpose. And then your guardian dogs are going to respond to whatever alert is of your pulley, pumi, or Mudik.
Well, somebody commented that he has a beautiful headpiece. I confess I don't know the standard, but boy, he sure looks beautiful to me. Is he regarded as having a very nice head?
I think so. I really like his face, and he happens to be the uncle of the female you just saw, Jewel.
Okay.
His sister is her mother. So I think he has a lovely head.
Right. All right, well, I can't thank you enough. He's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Hopefully everybody has learned more about a breed that most of us don't get to see. Even those of us that go to dog shows, we just don't get to see a Mudik very often.
Well, I hope you will take advantage of what we call the open shows. AKC has instituted an open show possibility for us to show our dogs in conformation and earn certificate of merit badges that are similar to championships, but they're not championships.
Oh, nice. And
so,
that would be open to FSS breeds?
FSS and miscellaneous.
Okay.
Both those breeds can.
Is that a done deal?
Oh, they've been done for about 3 years, and they're getting more and more frequent now.
How would people find an open show?
You can go to your AKC website and to their events calendar, and there's a tab that's for open shows.
Okay.
And then just run down the list and see what's coming on local to you. There's one coming up in Connecticut in June, I believe. And there's 2 that are going to be out in Moses Lake, Washington. There's 2 that's going to be in San Francisco, California.
Well, thank you then. That's a good start. Everybody, I'm going to check out, not forever, but just for a few minutes, and we'll let you take one last look at this gorgeous dog.